After years of living in Italy, I've learned that the Mediterranean way of life isn't about doing less. It's about savoring more and understanding that a beautiful life isn't something you find. It's something you create, one intentional moment at a time. Fabulous people, welcome to the podcast for all the babes who create their own life trends. My name is Anastasia, and this podcast is all about inspiring you to relentlessly pursue your biggest dreams and live your most authentic, abundant life. What if I told you that you don't have to move to Italy to live like an Italian? Because the Italian lifestyle isn't about where you are, it's about how you experience life. And today, I'm sharing 5 simple daily rituals that can completely change the way you live, no matter where you are in the world. After years of living in Italy, I've learned that the Mediterranean way of life isn't about doing less. It's about savoring more and understanding that a beautiful life isn't something you find. It's something you create, one intentional moment at a time. Living in Italy has taught me something truly profound. Italians don't measure life by how much they do, but by how deeply they experience each moment. And this isn't just about slowing down. It's about noticing beauty in the ordinary. The quiet swirl of steam above your coffee, the way light hits a building in the afternoon, or the sound of conversation echoing through a piazza. Even a simple espresso at the bar becomes a small daily ritual of pleasure and presence. Italians live in those details. And of course, it's a completely different rhythm from what I grew up with in the United States. There, life moves to the beat of achievement. Here, it moves to the rhythm of being. With the holiday season coming up and my trip to the United States right around the corner, I thought this is the most perfect time to share with you my 5 rituals that completely changed the way I experience everyday life. The lessons that Italy quietly taught me over the past 10 years. Let's begin with number 1, the art of morning presence. And let me tell you, if there is one thing that Italians have truly mastered, it's the art of morning. Walk into any Italian cafe and you'll see it immediately. People standing at the bar with a small espresso, exchanging a few words with the barista, taking a quiet moment before the day begins. There is no laptops, no rush, no multitasking, just presence. And that's the beauty about Italian coffee culture, because it is less about caffeine and more about connection, even if it's just connection with yourself. And you don't have to be in Italy to bring that kind of energy to your morning routine. At home, it can be as simple as making yourself a cup of coffee or tea without the screen nearby. Sit by a window, notice the light, the stillness, the smell of morning, and give yourself a few quiet moments to simply be before the world asks for anything. It's not about the coffee, the tea, or the matcha. It's about the pause. This year, I started working with a career coach who is also a therapist. And she taught me one very, very powerful technique that I'm about to share with you that helps to bring myself back into the present moment. So, anytime throughout the day you feel completely disconnected, start by bringing back your senses. And the way I do it is by saying to myself, it can be in your head or, of course, out loud, what do I hear? What sounds do I hear around me? What do I smell? Maybe it's my perfume, maybe it's a cologne of someone else. Maybe it's a nice candle that is lit up somewhere. Or what do I taste? Maybe it's the bitterness of coffee that I just sipped on, or the crisp of cool water that I just drank. What do I see? Do I see the sunlight coming through the window? Or maybe a picture of someone truly special at my work desk? Or maybe a horizon, a mountain, whatever it is. You want to engage all of your senses to bring yourself back into that present moment. And you can practice it, be it at your work meeting or during the presentation or an important phone call. Anytime that you want to pull yourself back into the present moment, try to engage all of your senses. Do this exercise throughout the day, and I promise you will be living so many more moments in the present throughout the day than you've ever done before. Number 2, prioritizing beauty in the everyday. One of the things I love so much about Italy is how beauty is woven into everyday life. Italians have this incredible ability to make the ordinary feel special, not through luxury, but through intention. And you see this everywhere. A perfectly set table, even for weekday dinners, a vase with fresh flowers on the counter, a well-dressed person who did it not to impress someone, but because it simply feels good to take care of yourself. And I actually have a perfect example of that bella figura lifestyle that I remember to this day. It was for my 30th birthday, and I was celebrating in Positano. When Positano was not the Positano you guys know it today. Positano 10 years ago was very, very different from Positano it is today. And it is truly one of my absolute favorite places in entire Italy. I love Positano. So I wanted to celebrate my 30th birthday there, and my ex-husband invited my favorite local band at that time from Naples. They were from Naples, so they traveled from Naples to Positano to perform at the terrace of a villa that we were renting. And I still remember when they arrived, it was quite hot. It was the beginning of May. And when they arrived, I, of course, welcomed them, walked them to the terrace. And as they were setting everything up, I said, would you guys like something to drink? I have coffee, I have juice, I have water. And they said, water, Anastasia, water would be great. So I brought each one of them a bottle of water, and then I left to change. After I was done changing, I came out to the terrace just to see how they're doing and how everything is going. And I noticed that none of them opened their bottle. And I remember I went back into the kitchen and I told my ex-husband, listen, I think I did something wrong because none of them is drinking. And then I kind of had an epiphany moment, if you can call it that, because I started remembering all the Italians that I've ever seen throughout the years of my travel in different cities, different faces, different places. But I've never seen an Italian drinking straight out of the bottle. And I said, aha, a glass. I need glasses. So I got a tray. I put glasses on a tray. I brought it out, poured, of course, the water into the glasses. And guess what, guys? They were so happy right away. They started drinking the water. And I thought to myself, this is incredible. Because growing up in the US, I always drank water out of the bottle. Now, looking back at this story, after many, many years of now living in Italy, I'm going to be honest, I am mortified. I am mortified that at one point of my life, I thought this is normal to give an Italian a bottle of water without pouring it into the glass first. And I'm honestly embarrassed, guys. I'm a bit embarrassed even of telling you this story. But I wanted to show you how deep The concept of bella figura runs through Italian veins. And it's not vanity, but self-respect expressed through grace and detail. This isn't about spending more, chasing perfection. It's about creating small moments of beauty that remind you life is worth savoring. So light a candle when you're having dinner, eat out of real plates, drink from a real glass, and finally wear that outfit that you've been keeping for special occasion. Because special occasion is now, fabulous people. Live now. Because beauty isn't a reward, it's a way of honoring life. Number three, the long lunch. And I'm sure all of you, if you are in love with Italy, all of you heard about lunches in Italy. And it is absolutely true. Lunch in Italy isn't something that is squeezed in between the meetings. It's a sacred pause in the middle of a day. Italians never eat at their desks. They step away, savor, and connect. Be it a lone family lunch on Sunday or a quick pasta at a neighborhood trattoria, the act of sitting down to eat is non-negotiable. And it's not about how elaborate the food is. It's about the ritual of taking time. The Mediterranean diet is not just about what you eat, but it's about how you eat it. Slowly, mindfully, with pleasure and presence. So I invite you, every single one of you, to try this at home at least once. Commit to at least once a week, just once. I'm not asking for 7 days a week because I know lifestyle in the US is completely different. But just once, sit down with no screens in front of you, no multitasking, no rush. You sit down, you savor every bite, and you just pause. Ritual number 4, the passeggiata. I cannot tell you how much I love this Italian ritual. And I remember when I went back to the US after doing a study abroad in Italy, this is one of the things that I missed the most. And I made sure to recreate this ritual in my daily life in the US until I was back to my beloved Italy. The passeggiata is it's an evening stroll. When the sun starts to go down, all the families, friends, couples, they pour outside for a stroll. They're not going anywhere in particular. They just walk. In every city, every town, every village, every main street just filled with Italians, walking, having a conversation, laughing, and that light that sets upon the cities and towns in Italy, all of that, it just makes those moments timeless. The passeggiata isn't about exercise or efficiency. It's about presence. It's how Italians unwind, digest the day, and reconnect with their community. It's a reminder that movement doesn't have to mean rushing. Sometimes it's how you find peace. And you can bring that feeling home no matter where you are in the world. Before or after dinner, just for 10 minutes. Of course, it can be longer. It can be 30 minutes. It can be an hour. But just give yourself 10 minutes. Step outside by yourself or with someone you really want to spend time with. And just for that short period of time, just walk. Look up at the sky. Notice everything around you. Hear the sounds. And just slow down. And I promise to you, this simple ritual will change everything. Number 5, the sacred Sunday. In Italy, Sundays are untouchable. They are reserved for family, long meals, and sometimes for doing absolutely nothing at all. It's the one day of the week where time seems to stretch. It's such a contrast to so many places around the world where Saturday and Sunday are treated like extensions of the work week, full of errands, endless to do lists, and catch up tasks. Try bringing that spirit into your own week. Make one day, just one day, sacred. No rushing, no multitasking, no guilt about slowing down. Spend time with the people you love, cook something beautiful, or simply rest. Italy reminds us that rest is productivity because it gives life meaning. To wrap it all up, these rituals aren't about recreating Italy. They're about remembering what truly matters. There are small reminders to slow down, to notice beauty, to connect the very essence of the Italian lifestyle and the Mediterranean mindset. Because whether you're dreaming of Italy or simply inspired by its rhythm, the best way to prepare for your next trip is to start living it now. Every coffee, every walk, every shared meal can be a way of practicing that same joy and presence. And if Italy is calling you, my fabulous Vita travel agency can help you experience this lifestyle firsthand through curated journeys that capture the beauty, rhythm, and emotion of the Mediterranean. And I want to leave you with this. Living like an Italian isn't about being in Italy. It's about feeling alive wherever you are. And if you're just as passionate as I am about exploring this incredible world, don't just listen, join me. Make sure to smack that subscribe button, whether you're listening on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. Let's explore this incredible world together, one unforgettable story at a time. This is Anastasia signing off from Rome. I cannot wait to talk to you in my next episode. Until then, and always, stay fabulous.